Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give an honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that were well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the Akim, the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men that are preaching his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And to the remnant, to USA Shalom. All right, so here on the People's Voice, the article caught my attention, and it reads, the WEF signs order canceling U.S. election. It says Americans must be ruled by global elite for their own good. These devils have no place to say that they have their best interest or our best interest at heart. Okay. And Salakia, bear with me. So it says Americans must be ruled by global elite for their own good. All right, but these are the same people that have said that we will own nothing and be happy. Okay, these are the same people who have said, that we're going to eat bugs. Okay, and that we're going to be okay with it, pretty much. All right. These people have no regard for, the global, the masses. All right. They have no regard, no concern. All right. So this here is BS. But what caught my eye is that they're planning on canceling the U.S. elections. All right. Now, we've all speculated through the spirit, using the discernment, measuring the times in itself. All right. Seeing things, take place on the earth. All right. 2024, November 2024 is the elections. Now we're coming up on within a year of that, that time frame. All right. So with everything going on, such as, them bringing back the C-19 or the different types of plagues or pestilences, rather, making the masks mandated again. All right. They're getting ready for some kind of crisis because on the 4th, there's supposed to be some kind of test that they're supposed to be performing. All right. On TVs, on cell phones and things of that nature. All right. January, the dollar is supposed to be in full effect. BRICS nations, all that, everything that's happened on the earth. We, through discernment and spirit of the Lord, we're putting two and two together and starting to realize that 2024 could very well be the year that the so-called global elite, all right, will blatantly be in power. All right. We won't have no president, for much longer. All right. It's going to be someone at the top who is pushing forth this one world agenda. And not to say that it is, but it can very well be this Klaus Schwab guy. All right. WEF forum, it says the era of elections is over. Voting is a waste of resources. Right. So if this is their agenda that they're pushing. Now, really, this type of decree, okay, or this type of agenda is not solely being pushed by this here Edomite Klaus Schwab. It goes through a filtration system in terms of there's someone above him who are calling the shots, but he is the face of it. All right. Because you have the global elite, which are the top banking families, the Rothschild, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the so on and so forth. Those who are not seen, who are calling these shots behind closed doors, these trillionaires, those are the real so-called left, elite on the left-hand side that are calling these shots, because they have an agenda, because they know it deep down that their time is coming to an end pursuing the revelation of the 12th chapter. All right. So without further ado, I'm read the article. It says there will be no U.S. elections in the future, according to Klaus Schwab and his WEF cronies, who have ordered the deep state traders working at the heart of the government to pull the plug on the 2024 elections. Now, all it's going to take is a crisis of some sort, all right, to bring forth this here plan. So I'm not going to play this video for the sake of copywriting purposes, or if they say something that can get my channel clipped, but I will leave it in the description box, and you can watch it for your own. It says the globalists have overstepped the mark repeatedly in recent years, and their policies have become so repugnant to normal people that they have given up on even pretending to try and win free and fair elections. It says, what does this mean? While there will be a vote, your vote will not count, because as far as the globalists are concerned, the president will not be selected nor elected. All right, because in all reality, they make the people, they give you the illusion that you have the right to vote, or you have the right to bring in your new president or your new leader. They give off the illusion that you have that power, or that that validity, which is furthest from the truth. That's just to keep the people at bay. All right, and for you to completely be compliant to the government, and for you to trust in them. All right, because they're not elected, they're selected. All right, and typically it's through, if your bloodline goes back to Edom or Esau, okay, those are the ones who are in power. I saw a video not too long ago of how our former presidents and things of that nature at some way through their blood, all right, goes back to so-called white man, which is Esau. Okay, and they're all connected in some way. Long lost cousins, not lost cousins, but long cousins, second, third, fourth, fifth cousins down the line. In some way they are related. Okay, and they're all part of this club. Okay, and if you're outside of that club, you cannot be in the power seat. The only one, and I don't, so I don't know if it's true or not, but they try to put Trump as like the castaway, or the one that kind of slipped through. I don't believe that one bit, because even though he's coming up with all these different claims and things of that nature, and it's all a plot. It's all an agenda at the end of the day. And I very well believe that he's too is a part of that bloodline. Okay, because nothing is just can happen coincidentally. It's all been planned out. Otherwise he would have never had the chance to even run for president, let alone sit in the seat. Okay, reading on, it says, before we dive in, make sure, all right, I'm not going to read that. It says, notorious WEF agenda contributor Adam Grant, who also serves as a senior advisor to Bill Gates, let the cat out the bag this week, insisting that eliminating elections altogether will ensure the U.S. government and agencies have no more integrity. It says, the comments from Grant, who is a senior advisor to the Department of Defense and Google, come as a Democrat President Joe Biden is engaging an election interference unprecedented in history of the U.S. Republic, attempting to have his political rival imprisoned by the time the votings begin on November 5th, 2024. All right. It says an article, New York Times, Grant admits that the globalist elites are losing the propaganda war and suggests that the public cannot be trusted to vote. According to Grant, argues the election should be scrapped and the Americans should be ruled by a global elite for their own good. All right. And in their eyes, nothing that they do is for our own good. Okay. So real quick, I want to get the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 16. And it reads, "An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood." All right. You know, they say these, you know, these smooth words, you know, as I think it talks about that in Psalms, the 55th chapter, where it says his lips are smoother than butter, or his words are smoother than butter, or something along those lines, because he's very cunning with these words. He's very, you know, slick, so to speak. All right. You know, and him saying that, you know, it's for our own good. You not to believe that one bit. All right. Because it clearly says here that, but in his heart, you know, or in his mind, imagine how to throw thee into a pit. All right. So let me get that for edification's sake. Psalms 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. You see? So even though he says these things, you know, war is in his heart. He's imagining how to throw thee into a pit. He's trying to overall, you know, control and shoot at the perfect, man. You know, pursuant to what's that? Psalms 64 and verse 2. "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. So here they are coming and directing their agenda and their plans to come for the elect. All right. The elect of Yahshua, the elect of Israel. Okay. First fruits of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay. So they're not coming for our own good. All right. Going back to Sirach, it says, "If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee." So, you know, look at these storms and things of that nature. Why you think they got up these FEMA camps? Okay. They're the ones that, what is the three-tier system of, you know, problem. What is it? They you know, there's a problem, the solution, and then I forget, it's a third one. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I think you understand where I'm going with that. They create this thing, okay, and they say you need to do this, and then they're the ones that bring forth, you know, their plan, you know. But that's who you're gonna find there, man, because they don't have your best interests. They don't. It says officials have been working hard to safeguard elections and assure citizens of their integrity. But if we want public office to have integrity, we might be better off eliminating elections altogether. All right. It says to replace the current election system, the WEF is advocating for randomly selecting officials from a pool of candidates. But there's just one catch. The pool of candidates will be selected by what Grant calls guardians of the democracy, which the fine print admits are globalist elite in Davos, you see. So they are not elected, rather selected from a pool of people who they deem worthy enough to run the world. You see? Which further proves my point. It says, let's face it, the elite are now running scared and are desperate to silence the outrage voices of the people who are demanding justice for their crimes against humanity. Okay, so now what are they trying to do? They're trying to eliminate the voice of the people. They're in fear of the people, right? Let's get Job chapter 15 and Salakia, bear with me real quick. I got my sword right in front of me. I'm gonna just it's Job 18. Job 18 and 10, it says, the snare is laid for him in the ground and the trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten and destruction shall be ready at his side. You see, so his strength is hunger bitten. All right, and on the NLT, it says, terror surround the wicked and trouble them at every side. Hunger depletes their strength and calamity waits for them to stumble. Okay, so you can very well see that they're afraid. All right, they're afraid of the potential, accusations that the people will bring upon them and essentially overthrow them, right? Because pursuant to Second Esdras, okay, the 15th chapter, all right, well, they're not going to regard their princes. They're not going to regard their kings. They're not going to regard anybody. Now that prophecy will still come to pass. However, they know these things. Okay, so here they are trying to jump in front of it to try to avoid it, off the rip. Okay, but you kind of get the point here of what's being made. They're getting ready, okay, to come down with great wrath, man. And I'll end it off that. They're getting ready to come down with great wrath. All right, because they're getting nervous, man. They're getting nervous. They got nervous energy. All right, and therefore they're about to tighten things up. Right. Revelations 12:12. Rejoice, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. This devil know that his time is coming to an end. All right, and the Lord is about to wrap this thing up. Okay, the Lord is about to wrap this thing up with Esau being in power. Okay, and the power will be translated. Okay, from one kingdom unto another, pursuant to Sirach, the 10th chapter. All right, now I'm gonna get real quick. Daniel chapter 2 and verse 21. And it reads, and he changeth the times and seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. Right? So here he is slowly but surely removing, okay, the kings that are running the earth, okay, on the left-handed side, all right, through the physical counterpart, Satan. Okay, removing them out of the way, okay, and soon about to set up the power of the elect, starting with Yahweh Shai, King David, okay, and the governing body, the 144,000 men, okay, who are here on the earth today, back in the spirit, So that was pretty much it. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. So with that, I'd like to give honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that were well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the hopeful elect. And until next time, Shalom.